This is the Woodwalton Fen. It's an undrained section of the Fens, an area of wetlands that used to spread over huge parts of East England. It's now a nature reserve, and we're going to see how it contributes to both biodiversity in this country and also the climate issue.
I think restoring the fens is important for biodiversity because, well, we've got some unique species that don't occur anywhere else, and also lots of kind of more common species that we can support over a wider scale. It was a really fantastic diverse habitat, and it can be again.
And it also has an important role to play in the global climate. Can you explain why?
Yeah, it's the peat soil really is the story. So for thousands and thousands of years, it was locking carbon into the soil itself. And as we use that soil and it's drained and dried, we're losing that carbon dioxide back to the atmosphere. So if we can restore that, we can lock the carbon in.
Peat's important for the climate. It's also important as a bulwark against extreme weather, I suppose.
It's really important to not contribute to climate change, obviously, but peat can also act as a sponge and help protect against extreme wetness as well. So really important habitat.
You're restoring an area that has been really profitable agricultural land since the fens were drained. How do you square this really important need to restore stuff with keeping the local economy going?
Well, and the fact that we all need to eat. It is really important. What farmers are finding, it's really becoming much more difficult to produce food here because of the extremes of weather, so we need alternative solutions anyway. And what we've been doing is experimenting with different forms of farming where you can find profitable land use while a higher water table, so it's a win-win really.
So that's the concept that we call wet farming. Simply, what can you produce with wet farming?
So wet farming can be all sorts of plants like cattail or reeds that you can use for construction and packaging and textiles. We're also looking at different food crops, either wetland plants that we can have culinary use, or indeed traditional food crops that you can grow in these wetter scenarios.
Okay, final question. I think people feel, particularly some, a bit overwhelmed by the scale of ecological destruction and the climate crisis. How much difference can a project like this make? It might seem to some people small scale.
It makes a huge difference. It's undoing the damage that we could be doing in the future, and it's locking in, a town's worth of carbon emissions. So it really can make an impact.
As a town planner, Robert Brown helped facilitate the nature restoration project. Now in retirement, he loves roaming its green expanses.
Well, for me, it's getting out into the wild. That's very, very important for me personally, to enjoy biodiversity in the wild.
And you were saying that also you think it helps with mental health. There's been a big problem with that in this region.
I think so. I think it helps to alleviate depression, increases calmness. It's a wonderful place.